Welcome everybody. How is everyone doing today? Let's analyze the situation here for the price of Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at some altcoins also today, guys. So make sure to absolutely destroy that like button on your way in. We'll be analyzing the situation here all together. How is everybody doing? Hello everyone. Let's analyze the situation here for the price of Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is actually doing pretty okay. It's just consolidating. I was already talking about the high probability of claiming those highs at some point. I still believe so, that is going to be the situation here. Okay guys, let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, and we'll be going through the comment section first of all, okay, to say hello to everybody, the legends, the community, El Profesor. Smash up the like button. Andy, live for the third time in 24 hours. Legend. That is damn right, Devil. That is damn right. Very, very happy. I am in Spain right now, visiting family and friends and just really kind of chilling, but also doing streams, also doing trading, and everything's just being quite okay, guys. Everything's doing really well. Let's be honest, okay? Everything's good. Life is good, guys. Bitcoin's at all-time high. Spot portfolio is perfecto, okay? It's perfecto, guys. Whoever's been buying Bitcoin throughout the last few months or years, I've been buying for years, guys, is in profits. Everybody's in profits. Now, you want to be cautious when everybody's in profits, okay? Because who will be the first biggest hand out there, the biggest market maker, the biggest institution that will unload thousands of Bitcoin to take some profit, right? That's always the moment that you want to be a little bit aware of, right? Who will be the first one? Everybody's in profit right now. Whoever bought Bitcoin in the history, right? Last few years, last few months, last couple of weeks is in profit. Right? By a lot, by not too much, by a little bit, with leverage trades, of course, we take profit, guys. If we leverage trading, as we go up, we need to bank those profits, okay? Leave a little bit open, maybe add to the position if we continue squeezing up. We are going to discuss the different scenarios in today's live stream, guys. We were very much quite confident, okay? We could never say 100% confident, right? You can never be 100% confident when you're analyzing and trading, guys, okay? But the highest probability in this triangle was actually getting a squeeze out. You had the multiple 1-2 setup. You had the zigzag triangle in an X or a WXY here. It doesn't really matter, okay? Also a triangle right in this pivot to form that X wave. It doesn't matter. This was the zone that was looking very interesting, guys. Are you ready for all-time high? Here we go, right? And now we are all-time high. Very, very common to see this range, right? We had the pump yesterday, guys. We pumped, about 3.5, almost $4,000, right? From yesterday's lows. So you would expect the price to chill out for a little bit, right? The weekend is coming, so I wouldn't be expecting much volatility. So we could be forming an interesting range. I need to give a shout out to 𝗬𝗍. He is in right now in the comment section. 𝗬𝗍 did provide a long scalp setup in the Legend trading community. 𝗬𝗍 does the overall analysis. He provides the different. Let's turn the music down, guys, because it is Thursday still. It's not Friday, so we'll turn the music up tomorrow, Friday, right? But overall, 𝗬𝗍 did provide a scalp long setup. Shout out to you, 𝗬𝗍, because you're an absolute master. He's always providing a lot of information and a lot of setups, okay, inside of the Discord, the community. This is where you get daily updates. You got advanced setups. You got the video updates, screenshots on levels, on possible scenarios, and the level of entry, which we love to talk about, guys, in a range. I didn't provide this in the signals on Telegram, but I will be providing scalping setups from now on, guys, okay? I'm more of a bit of a boring old guy that, has his money and just gets into these chilled swing trade setups, right? It might be 1 or 2 or it may be 3 a week, but I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive because I come from a scalping background, guys. I do come from a scalping background. I used to scalp a lot. And that's what you want to do when you want to increase your capital, okay? This setup was provided in the Discord. Shout out to you, 𝗬𝗍, okay? This is an easy setup that we talk about a lot in the channel, okay? We can talk about this just for educational purposes because you are here for education as well. We can talk about the probabilities on Bitcoin. I can tell you already, all-time high is likely again, okay? We talked about it yesterday, so there's not much to update on that. We're just ranging, consolidating. All-time high is very, very likely, guys. So there you go. If you wanted the probability movement, all-time high is likely going to come again. All right, because I know you got a lot of these channels that flip-flop, and maybe this happens, maybe that happens. I think another all-time high is going to be hit, guys. Okay, so just keeping it straightforward. Then we'll talk about the different levels, projections, and scenarios right away in the next coming minutes. Shout out to 𝗬𝗍. He is here in the comment section right now. He is a coach in the Legends trading community. He does have his own channel. Make sure to subscribe to 𝗬𝗍. It is 𝗬𝗍 Trading. Shout out to you, my man, providing this scalp setup. Very easy, range low, get into the long on an SFP. This, for the moment, is doing very, very well, right? It's just a very, very easy, simple scalping setup, okay? You got the highest amount of volume. Let's explain this, okay? Because we love to explain this setup, okay? It's a beautiful scalp, high probability scalp long in this case. It's very, very easy, guys. I know most of you already know this, okay? I know you know this scenario, but maybe some of the people do not know it, okay? But let's go through the data, right? Let's go through the analysis on this setup, which is basically coming from a major pump or a major dump, right? When you get a major dump and you get a correction, right, and you consolidate, or even you go in an uptrend, it doesn't really matter. That higher low becomes a great liquidity grab for all of those longs that are entering, right? And you do most of the times create a swing failure pattern from a major higher low after coming from an explosive move, okay? So when you come from an explosive move, that first corrective move becomes an awesome swing failure pattern level, guys. Awesome swing failure pattern. They play out something like 75% of the time. So it's a high probability trade. And when we're considering Elliott wave theory, right, where you're literally looking for a zigzag, right? It's literally just a zigzag. It's a three-wave structure to then get continuation to the upside, right? So does this mean that this is the end and we're going to shoot up to hit the new highs? Well, the VWAP is getting a little bit of resistance, if I'm not mistaken, at the moment, right? Let's take a look at VWAP. Where's my VWAP? Where's my VWAP? Here it is. Oh, we are above VWAP, actually, pretty nice. So the thing is, this could be the end of that correction. Simon Jones was around. Simon Jones is a subscriber of the channel and the Discord for over 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken. He's been in a long time. And he was talking about the long setup here. And, I literally said, from this pivot low to the pivot high, what we're looking at is the 382 to the 50% Fibonacci zone to actually maintain as support to possibly get that continuation to the upside. Of course, you want to be defensive. You want to look for SFPs. You want to look for double bottoms. You want to look for the test of the lows of the range. These are very, very boring ranges. They're just scalping zones, right? Little movements of $1,000. They're great. You're using high leverage, 50x. You're using 2% of your capital. You can gain 3, 4, 5% of your capital in these small little scalps if you're very aggressive. So just need to give a shout out to 𝗬cie providing this long setup, which is, I know most of you know about it already, but it's just very good, guys. It's literally a strategy. It is a strategy, okay? It also applies to the downside. Usually when you have these big movements, you would label them as your wave 3. And what you're looking at in a long range is possibly your wave 4 to finish then your wave 5 to the upside, right? So in a downside, it works the same, guys. Just a bit of education. You are coming from a downtrend. Boom, big movement to the downside. You get the bounce. You start a range, okay, or even continuing to the downside. This lower high, right, when you have that inefficiency, right, from the drop, this inefficiency right over here, the lows does usually be, it does get supported. It's a liquidity grab. It's a swing failure pattern. And to the downside, you would apply the same thing. I'm not sure if you guys can see it because, I'm doing the drawing where my head is. That's not good. So, this becomes a good level, right, for that swing failure pattern. You're looking for that sweep of that high. And then, you're literally targeting back the lows of the range again. In this case, it would be the highs. Could this be the end, or are we forming a complex WXY and we continue in the range? Well, we're going to have to see that information now in the next coming minutes as we do go through the lower time frames. That's what we want to do in today's stream. We'll go through the higher time frames, then to the lower time frames, and explain the highest probability movements. Okay, I just wanted to give that education right over here of that trading setup, right, that 𝗬cie did provide. The entry, the risk management, and the projection, the possible projection to the upside. If you want to join the Discord, guys, it is the 5th link down below, okay? It's this one right over here. Join the community on Discord, which will take you to this website, and you can join right away. We even got Trustpilot, guys, okay? Make sure to join the community if you want to take your trading to the next level. Let's go right away through the comment section. I just wanted to say that about 𝗬cie today because, I need to give a shout out. He's a coach in the community providing, the different levels and scenarios that could happen. Let's say hello to the community. We'll dive into Bitcoin. There is a little bit of interesting news that I want to talk about. Okay, so we'll be analyzing that in the next coming minutes. We'll be going through liquidity. There's a bit of news that I want to talk about, the liquidations. CVD divergence, what's going on here locally throughout the last 24 hours, and most importantly, the different projections for Bitcoin, okay? Different analysis, right? Higher time frame, then we'll be zooming in on this leg, right? I have information. I have new information that is giving me the different projections. We always like to take a look at the new information that we have, and I've been doing analysis this morning, and I have new information based on the latest leg to the upside, okay? Latest leg to the upside that we have right over here, because this consolidation, I was waiting, perfect, we get into the long, not in a short position yet. You can get into little scalps in this range, okay, that's all good. But not in a short position yet. And I want to explain where I want to get into a short and where I want to get into a long. A long, it was pretty obvious today. It was this long position, right? SFP of the range lows. I want to talk about the new different scenarios. Okay, so you're ready. And of course, if you want the exact entry point, you just need to join the community, okay, down below on the Telegram. People just want to know, hey, when are you getting into the trade? Let me know and I'll jump in, right? Not financial advice. If you want to copy me, then you can join the Telegram Signals channel, of course. Let's go right away through the comment section and we'll say hello to the beautiful community and we'll dive in here through the analysis on Bitcoin Legends. I was getting thirsty then, too much talking. Cannon, much love to you, my brother. What's going on? Zach, the legend. Scene, hello Andy, hello Devil, the man himself, here he is. Andy el profesor, vámonos, says Staffer1. Devil in the class, the CEO of TA. Yes, that is damn right. He's an absolute legend. He always has the levels, always have the scenario ready, all the scenarios ready, okay? Bullish, bearish levels of interest for a long or a short. And he has them always in the Discord. What a legend. Andy, were you on one for all-time high stream yesterday? Only watched a few minutes. Yes, I have time right now, okay? Weekends, I will take weekend quite off, guys. I won't be doing too much live on the weekend, okay? I've got some parties to assist, all right? And I won't be too active. This is why I'm trying to be a little bit active here in this, throughout what could happen to Bitcoin. Weekends, we're going to talk about the weekend range. Okay, we're going to talk about the possible weekend range. I wouldn't expect movements of $4,000 or $5,000 in the weekend. So it might be very chilled throughout Friday, the next coming hours, Friday. Let's see. I mean, we still have tomorrow till Friday, right? Where we can get some volatility. Do you think XRP, says Ricky, do you think XRP will be worth more than Bitcoin in the long run, decades, considering it's poised to the chosen crypto of ISO 222 standard for banking, derivatives market, RWA, and bonds worldwide? In a centralized world, yes. In a centralized world, yes. It all depends if we are going to see the traditional financial system crumbling. Then XRP will be part of that crumble, okay? In a, completely centralized banking system, and which we still are in and we still could be in for another few decades, XRP does have a chance, of course, to go to higher levels, okay? Will it be worth more than Bitcoin? I'm going to say no. Nothing will be worth more than Bitcoin, okay? In my personal opinion. Could Ethereum overtake it based on decentralized finance for the near future? Solana, XRP, I wouldn't say at least for the next decade, but maybe the long run, that's just only an opinion, right? It's only an opinion, right? XRP right now, $144 billion of market cap, 2.2 trillion on Bitcoin, and this is only expected to grow. Bitcoin is the recognized cryptocurrency that is digital gold, basically, right? It's a hedge. It's the proven one. It's with the highest hash rate. It's the one that has the biggest track record. Nobody knows who created it. It's pure math, okay? The protocol is absolutely awesome. It's the proven one, right? So for any of these cryptos, no matter how good they look, and, DeFi, of course, for Ethereum could definitely, I would expect Ethereum to get to $1 trillion market cap easy in the next few years, okay? Just because you can build so many things on Ethereum, mainly decentralized finance, which is the most attractive thing when we are looking for an uncentralized world, right? Well, this is why crypto was built, right? Blockchain technology to be decentralized. So anything centralized, such as BNB, XRP, all of these different ones, in a centralized world, all good. But at the end of the day, crypto was designed for decentralization mainly, in my opinion. So yeah, for XRP to overtake Bitcoin, not in the next decade. Could it be in 2 decades? I don't think it's never going to happen. Okay, of course, XRP, I do see its future and doing very well, but overtaking Bitcoin, I'm going to say no on that. Okay, I'm going to say no. My man 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, hola, ¿qué tal? Joe, how are you doing? Muy bien. Hope you're doing well. Andy, yeah, here we go. Hi, all. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, how are you doing? 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, Ricky Ricardo, Bitcoin is king. Look at what happened to all the alts during the bear market. They get crushed. Long-term BTC will always win. There we go. You got your simple answer here from 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. XRP overtaking Bitcoin. Highly unlikely, right? Smash the like button, boys and girls, right? Eric says, Blue Green, Andy, going to teach us about MACD and moving averages today. Not today and ever, okay? You will never see them. You will never see them on the chart, with my analysis. Never use them. I don't need them. It all depends, on your strategy. I don't need them for my strategy. I don't need them for my trading. I don't need them, okay? I'm always happy to learn different things, but I like my track record. I like being a profitable trader with my style of trading. Sometimes you don't need too much information. Can give you too much paralysis, right? I've got this moving averages cross that is making this being support, but then I have the death cross of here, and then the MACD here, and then money flow going down, and too much information can get you a little bit mixed up. So market structure, Elliott wave, is the bomb diggity, right? For me, at least, anyway. There's a lot of strategies that do work as well, guys. Don't get me wrong. Chill Hills, Burgas, ¿qué pasa, Andy? Much love to you, my brother. All good, mi hermano. ¿Cómo estás? Yeah, absolutely. Everyone is in profit. Everyone is in profit if you bought Bitcoin, right? It's we are at all-time high, literally. So unless you bought at $112,000 yesterday at all-time high, then there might be 0.001%, right, of somebody that FOMO'd in on Bitcoin here, but I think we're going to be good. It does look like we can stretch our legs a little bit longer. Let's go here. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽, Andy is the master scalper. Yeah. Well, I have provided a lot of scalping education, especially in the masterclass. Okay, masterclass that I did design a few years ago is all about looking for intraday setups. Okay, and then obviously advanced Elliott wave theory helps you more for swing trade positions. Okay. I'm not in a pro and still catch up on that 0382 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. You are the best of TA. Yes, Staffer1, you damn right. He is very, very good indeed. Let's go. Bye-bye shorts, says Cyrus. Andy, unbeatable, #1. Paolo, Zenga, much love to you. We got Aditya here. Pac-Man, what's up, legends? When 100 likes. I'll tell you what, if we get to 500 likes on this stream, we're going to give $500, guys. On stream. We're going to give it, guys. Out of the profits. What about $1,000? We're going to need more likes for $1,000. Come on, guys. If we get to 500 likes on the stream, we're going to get some more people joining. If that like button is getting smashed, we're going to get more people joining in, and we'll give $500 on stream, guys. So you have a high probability, right? There's not too many people watching at the moment, but regardless, let's give money, guys. Give money. My life is good. I am doing well. I want to help my community, the people that are learning, the people that are enjoying the content, the education, the technical analysis, me going through the comment section. Christoph is one of them, I think, that joined Domagala. He won. I remember your profile. You did win $500 once, okay, on a giveaway. I remember you. I remember that profile. So we are not in a BART pattern. Well, I mean, we could analyze that situation. BART pattern. Yeah, BART pattern is without a doubt possible, right? It's not really a pattern. It's a Bitcoin pattern. Could we be forming a BART pattern and collapsing down? Well, sometimes you do reach that high and then you form that BART, right? For the moment, the momentum is bullish. The big movement up to hit all-time highs. On Bybit, we did not hit all-time highs. If you do take a look at, I want to talk about Ethereum later on, guys. I think Ethereum is important to do the analysis. Ethereum, for me, is going to all-time high in the very near future. But if you take a look at BTC against the euro, I got someone commenting yesterday on my live stream saying, only because the dollar is going down, Bitcoin hit all-time high. Throughout most of the currencies, Bitcoin did not hit all-time high. And I'm like, okay. You're right? But anyway, most of the things worldwide are priced in dollars. Still, barrel of oil, ounce of gold, right? All of the big assets still priced in dollars. So Bitcoins, we analyze it in dollars, right? But when you take a look at the euro, BTC euro, wow, we're very far away from hitting all-time high. You can see the devaluation of the dollar as Bitcoin did hit all-time high, against the dollar. But look at this. It's 10,000 euros away from all-time high, which is quite a lot, which, makes you question the dollar, right? How the devalue of the dollar is so insane. Look at the euro, also the Great British Pound, right? The British Pound as well, when you do take a look at GBP here, you can see how, we are almost £10,000 away from hitting an all-time high, right? £9,000 or so, which tells me, it's going to be hit inevitably at some point, right? So let's go right away through the, I'm just going to continue quickly through the comment section, guys, as we do get some people joining in. We get that like button destroyed. 500 likes, guys. We're giving $500 today, now. US dollar tether sent right away. Let's give the money, guys. I'm feeling good, feeling happy. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're around. I'm going to do a bit of comment section. All right. Not much has changed on Bitcoin. We just hit all-time high. We did a, party live stream all-time high on US dollar, hitting all-time high on Bitcoin. So nothing much has changed. I do think that this could be very likely a bullish consolidation and that we could be hitting the highs. Okay. For the moment, we've created that small little swing failure pattern from the lows. Very, very rangy, a little bit boring, but overall we are uptrending. Okay. So we would be expecting a bullish consolidation. This movement does look corrective. Okay. This movement that we've had since all-time high looks more corrective, guys. And if it looks corrective, it's a matter of time that we take out the highs again, right? It's a matter of time, guys. When the price moves down correctively, not getting any major impulsive moves, right? Then you would expect that high to be taken at some point, right? In simple terms. So when 100 likes says Pac-Man, yeah, giveaway. Let's go, guys. Yeah, I will choose someone and do the giveaway if we get to 500 likes. We'll get some more people joining in. Thank you, says Damagala. Yeah, there we go. There we go. He was a winner a few months ago, I think, from a giveaway. Hi, Andy and Legend. Reza, how are you doing? Pac-Man, smash up the like button. Datoshi, let's go. Hamza Legend. Yes, I won $500. There we go. The confirmation. We have someone here that won the giveaway. I remember that profile. Andy, do you still use volume strategy? That was a nice little strategy which I learned from you. Yes, I used to use it more in the past for day trading. I used to use that when I was trading the German stock market, DAX 30. In 2017, that was one of my first strategies that I learned that was very effective. It is very effective. Okay, it's just trend continuation and it's a back test, okay, of the volume. Do I use it? Not that much, if I'm honest. Not that much. I'm more into small little swing trading setups here at the moment throughout the last couple of months. I do enjoy the content. Much love to you, Reza. Hamza, bullish. Volume strategy is in the masterclass. Okay, I do teach that in the masterclass. It's always good to have 4 or 5 strategies, and you just need to wait. You need to look for them on the chart, right? It all depends on your trading strategy, right? There's so many out there. Let's go. Music Master Andy, since we reached all-time high, can we expect a huge drop after, or will we get another all-time high soon? I do think that another all-time high is likely. okay, after this range. But I am expecting a corrective move of some kind. The most bullish case scenario is that we are just forming multiple 1-2 setups, okay? And yesterday we talked about this in the live stream. I don't like it too much based on this correction. However, this could be a WXY as well. We were talking about ABC. It is rare not to take out the low of the A wave. Very rare, okay, to see a zigzag without this wave not taking out the low. So then you need to start to think of triangles or a WXY, right? Those are the two options for the correction. I like the triangle yesterday. We talked about the triangle mainly, right? Also in the community. But a WXY here is possible, where you have a W, an X zigzag, and then a triangle here to finish your Y. You have A, B, C, D, E, and then blast off. So there is a chance of this being the second wave, okay? There is a chance for it. If we do consider the WXY here, and this being the end, right? An impulse, the end of the correction, new fresh wave, right? We got a new fresh wave here. We need to consider that the WXY, okay, if it is going to be one, has finished right over here. You got your A wave, B, C, D, and E, right? And this is your first wave up. Okay, so this would be, right, in a nutshell, guys, because it is possible. It is possible. W, X, and Y, right? In a nutshell, it would be something like this. You got your zigzag down in W, your zigzag up in X, and then you have a triangle in your wave Y, right? This is literally this right over here. This is the bomb diggity, guys. When you have an impulse and you're ranging, it's a matter of time, the high probability that you're going to take out the highs, right? When you range. And in a nutshell, what you're looking at is something like this, something very complex. People don't like to take a look at this. It's like, Elliott wave theory, get this out of the way. It's too complex. W, X, Y, X, Z, Z, D, get it out of the way. Zigzag, flat, triangle, screw you. I'm going to go and watch another channel with moving averages, right? So a lot of people don't teach this because it's complex. You need to be on the chart and you need to realize the different scenarios using Fibonacci. But literally, this is what we would be looking at for the wave 2, right? You got a zigzag. In this case, you have a flat here, another zigzag up in your wave X, and then a nice little triangle. This is very, very possible on that movement that we've had in the last few days. You realize how the price has squeezed in a triangle here, right? Because you do have the impulsive move to the upside, and you have the correction, right, which would be a zigzag, and you got a zigzag up. This could be a flat and then a zigzag down. It doesn't matter, right? You could have a zigzag or a flat in your wave W. But you can realize here you have the movement down in your W. You have your zigzag in your wave X. And then you have a triangle, right? You squeeze in a triangle and then you pop. This is literally one of the scenarios that we could label this consolidation, right? You have the pump. You have your first wave down. You have your next wave up, zigzag, and then you have a kind of a triangle because you do have lower highs and higher lows. So it squeezes in a triangle and that gives you your WXY, which is literally this right over here as I've shown you on the screenshot, right? This one right over here. So now we got that breakout. We got that new wave to the upside. This is when I say, okay, let's zoom in on the lower time frame, right? Let's zoom in. If my corrective move has finished right over here in your wave E on the triangle, A, B, C, D, E, to finish the Y wave in the WXY, then your pump starts from here. Your pump starts from here, and there is something that I do like about seeing the corrective move finishing at that level, because you do have a 5-wave structure to the upside. You have a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, small little correction here, small little correction in your wave 4 and then a wave 5, it does count better as a 5-wave move up. Steep correction here, very aggressive. This is when I was in doubt. I was like, ooh, maybe this is not going to be it, guys. But I maintained with the long position, with the legends, because the hard invalidation would be coming beneath these lows. And that would have been a quick exit, right? This is why I maintained that long position from their range, okay? Did not protect, stop loss was still lower, and was still looking for the price to move up. This was updated in the Discord and the community about that long setup from yesterday. So when we consider this scenario, maybe this was the end of the wave. Maybe this pivot right over here was the end of this sideways momentum. And this is when we go, right, and analyze today on the stream the next wave. We have a new fresh wave to the upside. We've left the range, guys. This was the correction. This is the impulse. We are in a new fresh wave. And now is when you need to think to yourself, okay, if we are getting into a new wave, I want to realize what kind of waves we do have inside, right? We're either looking for a 3-wave structure up or a 5-wave structure up, right? Very likely, we're looking for a 5-waver at least, okay? Because the main reason why we would be looking for a 5-waver here, I mean, it would be very, very quick in timing and very rare if we were to get a collapse dump here. It would be rare. There is a bearish case scenario. Eventually, there's always a bearish case, right? There's never only bullish. There's always a bearish case, but the probabilities, lean for the bullish side, right? We're uptrending. Market structure is bullish. You got a nice quick wave to the upside after finishing this sideways momentum. And this would be relatively quick if we are, considering this the bullish case, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, new fresh wave. In a new fresh wave, when we, look at the timing from this wave, and looking at the timing from this wave, this would be a little bit too quick to suddenly collapse down, right? So I'm saying, yeah, it could collapse down, but give it a bit of time. Give it a bit of time. Get it back up, right? Then we can talk about a collapse potentially. And when we do take a look at the lower time frame, what I do like to see going with this scenario is if your sideways corrective wave has finished here, all right, you got zigzag down, zigzag up, triangle, you're finishing your Y wave, new fresh wave to the upside. If this is your wave 1 and this is your wave 2, this is your wave 3 with the highest amount of volume reaching all-time high. And as mentioned yesterday, this is a classic zone where a lot of people are going to be shorting the market, guys. A lot of people are going to be shorting all-time high, a lot of them, which is going to create that new fresh liquidity that we have been creating in the last few hours. When we do take a look at the liquidity heat map, right? When you do take a look at, there's lots of liquidity down below, guys, don't get me wrong, but we have created lots of liquidity still, okay, above 112K. So new fresh liquidity formed to the upside in the last 10 to 15 hours, right? Since last night. Lots of people wanting to short. So there is a big amount of liquidity above 112K, which, eventually in an uptrend with bullish market structure, bullish momentum, if you have the highest amount of volume in a movement right over here, which was, this was a massive move, guys. It was very, very quick. A nice $2,000-$3,000 move to the upside yesterday. When you have the highest amount of volume, right, what usually happens when you finish a corrective wave, you start your new impulsive move. If this is going to be an impulse, right, you would lean on, yes, I'm speculating on an impulse. So what happens is you get your first leg to the upside, your sharp correction in a wave 2. I mean, this was hitting the 7/8 Fibonacci, very sharp, very quick, get you a little bit confused. I was yesterday, we want to bounce from here, guys, because I'm not too sure about my long position, which was literally at entry point, the one that I suggested yesterday, right? This one right over here, which was, literally at that zone. So the next leg up, with the highest amount of volume and the highest amount of price action, is most of the times, when we're looking at probabilities, guys, is a third wave, right? It's a third, most of the times, the biggest move with the highest amount of volume is usually a third wave. And what does that mean? Well, that means that if you do consolidate, wave 4s are usually the longest in time. Okay, on the 5 waves, usually your 4th wave is the longest in timing. Then you are looking for a corrective structure, regardless a zigzag, okay, or a WXY. It gets complex, you form a triangle, right, just like this one right over here. But you're ultimately looking for another leg up to take out the highs. So yeah, I mean, eventually today the best scalp long, you know, that was provided on the level here, it's just you know, it's kind of easy, guys, right? If you wait for the highest probability setups, you know, it's a scalp long, it's still a good movement of $1,000 to $1,500, right? You know, you can protect position already. You know, it's not worth not having your stop loss at break even at this stage. If you got into this long, you know, you can't turn this into a losing trade right now, regardless if it rolls down, stopped out at break even. It doesn't matter. It was a good attempt, right, to hit the highs. With that saying, guys, you know, what we could be looking at here, you know, as most commonly, right, most commonly, I'm not here to be right or wrong, guys. It's all about, you know, looking at the highest probability movements. Most commonly, when you finish a corrective move and you have a 3-wave structure with the highest amount of volume on that 3rd wave, you know, this could be a C wave as well, yes. But for the moment, with looking at this price action, the probabilities lean on taking out the highs. Okay, so most commonly also in that wave 4, okay, when you take a look at the pivot 2, because this is your wave 2, guys, if we are looking at this being the correct, you know, count, if this is a WXY, you need to count all of the pivots, A, B, C, D, E. That has to be the low. So your new fresh wave to the upside needs to start from here. Okay, that's the $108,300, right? From Wednesday, yesterday. This is your first leg up, and this is your steep wave 2, which is very common to hit the golden pocket or the 7-8, right? That could bring you in doubt. You know, it did almost hit the 0.88 Fibonacci, so it was steep. It was pretty nasty. Then, if you are looking at this as your wave 3, what you're looking at here is a zigzag, a range, Fibonacci retracement. Most commonly, your wave 4 bounces from the 382 to the 50% Fibonacci. And I got this question from Simon Jones. I'm not sure if he is in here today. When we were talking about all-time high yesterday and getting this pullback, and he was saying, what would be the next scenario that you're looking at? Well, if we're looking at this, okay, as this was mentioned yesterday, what we're looking at is a bounce in between 110.3 and 110.6. And that's what we got today, just a few hours ago, a swing failure pattern. So this was your long scalp entry. You do have a zigzag here, so this should climb up to the highs. Does that mean we long right now? Absolutely not. You do not want to long or short in the middle of the highs and the lows of a range. You either short the highs of the range or you long the lows of the range. This position is the one where you enter and you are protected. In the middle of the range, you're not interested. Of course it could do this. Probabilities lean that this should climb up to the highs. Okay, just a little bit of tips right there, guys. So for the moment, yeah, we're looking for one more high. We're looking for the price to break out. Will it be an expanding 5th wave, or will it be a double top, or will it be expanding? Will it hit 113K, right? And then correct down? We don't really know. It could form an SFP. Maybe the next SFP is good because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The 5th wave, can form usually forms some kind of an SFP, right? Regardless if it's just taking out the high or actually extending a little bit and then correcting down. And most commonly, you would be looking for the lows of the 4th wave to be swept at some point. Okay, so there is an SFP option here at all-time high. you know, I wouldn't be, let's see how the price reacts here, right? Because it could just extend a little bit, okay? Just a little bit of the situation here, guys, not much more, just looking at the internal scenarios. For the moment, looking at this range, this does look corrective, which eventually leans on the high probability of taking all-time high again, okay? And if we do take a look at the end of this correction, regardless if it's here or here, what we could be looking at is either the 1 2 3 4 5 or a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, right? Depending on where the correction ended, right? There's many pivots here there where the correction could have ended, right? We discussed this yesterday, but yeah, keeping it in simple terms, high volume, you know, consolidation. It does look more corrective probabilities to take out this high, and the long setup here locally in this range. We're in the middle of the range right now, so it's not really worth doing much regarding setups. I need to give kudos here to 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁, who provided the long setup, right? And I know most of you that are watching on the channel that are legit subscribers and followers, you know how to find these opportunities. Let me know in the comment section, did you long here? Okay, I didn't long because I was out, guys. I was out and about. Because this is scalping, you need to be ready. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁 did provide this long at 110.5k on the swing failure pattern of the lows. It's a nice little movement of, you know, $1,000 to $1,500. If you are a legit follower of the channel, you know that this is a simple strategy that we go through. Swing failure pattern from a higher low after a massive move up, okay, or a massive move down. It's the first higher low. Let me know. I want to know in the comment section anybody that got into a long position on this swing failure pattern, because I'm sure there is going to be many of you guys, many of you that did get into that long. Okay, I longed in the gym. The absolute master himself, 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗃 here. I got into the long position in the gym. Had your alerts. Shout out to Andy and 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁, took the long, says Simon. I was just talking about you, Simon Jones. Spot on, Andy, took the long, bullish CVD on the way up, the here too. Well, that's even better, right? Look at this. People are shorting on Bybit. I don't know what's going on here on Bybit. There's lots of shorts entering on Bybit. 9 million on the Delta. Short, just in the last 30 minutes. People are shorting this movement up. On Bybit, we can see it on the CVD. We do have higher lows and lower lows on CVD. So, yeah, and also on Bybit US dollar tether. Oh, my goodness. This is awesome, guys. People wanting to short here. They are piling up on the short, okay, from all-time high so they don't get liquidated. Look at this. Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows on the CVD here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Unless there's going to be a massive big whale getting into short right now. The shorts are in trouble. The shorts are in trouble, guys. The probabilities are higher to take out those highs, as mentioned yesterday. And Simon Jones, I was only speaking about yourself right now. I do remember, I know you're a legit follower. You enjoy the content. You've learned so much. You're trading, you know, absolutely massive. And I do remember you a lot, okay? And yesterday, we literally talked about, this is where we want to bounce in a nutshell, guys, in between the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci, you know, stop loss, golden pocket. Keep it simple, unless you got into the swing failure pattern and you're managing risk much better with a tighter stop loss. Projection is taking out the highs, right? So shout out to you, Simon Jones. We're literally bouncing at the level that we mentioned yesterday when, you know, we were trading, I don't know, somewhere here. So we're just a little bit of a range, and now looks like that we do want to take out those all-time highs, guys, potentially in the next couple of hours. It looks good. Looks good. Simon Jones, shout out to you, brother. Yes, sir, I'm long in the 382. There we go. Staffer 1 also on the 382 long position from this pivot low to the pivot high. And in simple terms, if the corrective move had to finish either here or here, this was discussed yesterday. We got our first 1, 2, 3, fourth wave, 382 or 50% is the zone where we should be bouncing and taking out the highs. It kind of feels easy, right? It kind of feels easy when we do this kind of analysis, legends, right? No moving averages, no MACD, just pure market structure, understanding the power of the trend and the price action and where the volume lies. A little bit of CVD divergence does help, I have to say. If there's shorts entering here, even better, guys. Even better if you get bullish CVDs. Even better. Even better. Probabilities increase for that rise. What can we say? El Profesor. I took the long as well, says Matt Cole. Paul Langer here saying yes, A-OK. Absolutely awesome. Longed after SFP moved up below previous low. Paul Langer. What a legend. We got Simon Jones as well. Devil. Aditya longing from the gym. That SFP or the 382. Absolute legends, guys. Okay. Andy, what's the bullish case? Is 120K possible? Absolutely. 100. This can't go up forever. I know. Time for a 20% drop soon. Jason. You know, stop being in denial, okay? Stop being in denial. You know, if the market structure is bullish, go with the trend, baby. Go with the trend, right? I know it cannot go up forever. It might even go higher than we expect. Bitcoin, when it wants to be bullish, it is bullish big time, especially when we have macro bullish news, guys. Macro bullish news. We have public traded Sequence, Sequence Communications, right? A company in Paris from France. Buys 370 Bitcoin. They plan to buy 3,000 Bitcoin. Only this one company. We got so many different companies. Every day we have a new company, guys. That is, hey, they're just buying Bitcoin, and they don't want to buy 10 Bitcoin or 20 Bitcoin as retail like you and me. They're buying, thousands, right? And this is one company. How many companies, right, throughout the world, that are big and they want to hedge their gains? And Bitcoin's everywhere right now, right? Everybody is slowly coming in. And I think these people don't care about the price ultimately, right? They know it's a good long-term investment. They do have financial advisors that do see the projection of Bitcoin hitting $1 million, right, in the next decade. So they kind of guaranteed a 10x, regardless if you buy now at 100K. It doesn't matter if we drop to 50K. These people are smart. They're looking at the long term, and they do know that Bitcoin will do a 10x from current price levels in the next decade. And they want to hedge, right? If they hold dollars, yen, euro, whatever currency, if they hold that for 10 years, they will be down 20, 30, maybe 40% in 10 years from holding the currency because of inflation. And that's if inflation is under control, which we have seen inflation not under control, especially after the C19 crash, right? Which in the US did get above 10%, and many other countries, absolutely losing control with their printing, right? And inflation going absolutely ballistic. Gold is too high. It's too big of a market cap. Real estate is great. Real estate in many countries has been great, but it does has its risks. This is becoming, Bitcoin is becoming, that gold rush era, right, from the early 1900s, right? It's like a gold rush. And you never know how high this can go when you consider it is a $2 trillion market asset, right? It's still small when you have big players joining the game. Big players joining the game. There cannot be, one Bitcoin for everybody in the world, right? Or every company in the world. Not every millionaire company can have one Bitcoin, because there's eventually, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of big companies, right? Anyway, let's go through the comment section. It's just 115. We are traders anyway, guys. I'm just talking about long term. New to the channel, nice work. Alt-right, much love to you, brother. Thank you very much for the kind words. Today is going to be a little bit of chill, a little bit of talk. Not much to say. The bullish case scenario is this one, guys. Okay, we cannot deny that this could be the bullish case scenario, right? Which is the I would have to give the possibility of this being another 1-2 setup, right? we're still developing the third wave here. And right now we are in the smaller first wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to have to put this in, minusculo, where we're still developing the third wave here, right? Of this wave. Maybe it's still possible, right? Maybe we hit the highs, all-time high, a little bit of a steep pullback, and then we get the next wave, 3, 4, 5, to finish this third wave. The trend is up. There's no sign of weakness. There's people shorting the market. We are creating liquidity. There would be a problem if only people are long, guys. There will be a moment where only longs are going to be in the market and shorts will be absolutely liquidated, and then you would expect a decent pullback. As long as people continue shorting and creates that liquidity, then we are good to go to higher levels. So let's talk about the bearish case scenarios, okay, which would eventually, they still look attractive, guys, okay, which would be that larger ABC flat, okay. However, it is too soon still. It's too soon. And you may ask, why is it too soon? Why do you think higher is likely? It's too soon right now because we only just started a fresh new wave from this correction, okay. It's still fresh. We only pumped yesterday to all-time high. Getting a massive swing failure pattern and a dump here is rare, okay? You're going to get people shorting the market and you're going to wick them out. You're going to continue the momentum with high probability to the upside. And then the symmetry of the waves would be looking better to then get the correction. Okay? So this is the main reason why. We've only just freshly pumped out from this long multi-day consolidation. This is a fresh wave. And for the moment, I can only see one leg up. There is a bearish case that needs to be talked about, okay? Which, there's always a bearish case, guys, right? We cannot always be too confident, but the probabilities are leaning still to take all-time high and to continue a little bit of this uptrend. But there is that bearish case, which is this, okay? I've checked today where we at based on this movement. So if we take a look at this larger zigzag down, we finished this wave here, right? That is pretty clear. That's crystal clear. Remember, guys, if we get to 500 likes, I'm going to give $500 to a lucky winner today, okay? Smash up that like button, you lazy buggers. We're over 460 people watching right now. Smash it up because I'm going to give $500, right? Not even with free money, you smash up the like button, you lazy buggers. Much love to everybody. Let's go to through this scenario. And I was just looking at the extension of this wave up. And we are at possible B level for a flat, and we did move up from this low in a 3-wave structure. This was still a higher low, so it's possible, es posible in Spanish, that you could finish, okay, an ABC here in the B wave of a flat here, and then rally up. It is possible, guys. Just taking into consideration, right, the extension from this move. Okay, let's just go from the beginning here, guys, because I want to give the explanation. We had the zigzag down and the larger time frames from the last couple of months. Zigzag up, pivot high, correction, pivot high. 3-wave structure. Then, from that end of the 3-wave structure that finished on the 3rd of July, we moved down in a 3-wave move. Yes, this B wave would be much longer, okay? Would be much longer than your A wave, okay? This is taking the A wave from here, okay? My bad. 3-wave move down, 3-wave move up. I don't like it. The timing is very, very extended compared to the A wave. Okay, you know, it's a little bit longer. We cannot deny that. Let's take a look at Fibonacci time. It is true that it is a bit longer, but you know, getting 4 times longer, it is a bit too long. I wouldn't want to put the A wave here just because we did not finish. Okay, this being a you could put your A wave here. You could put it here because you just need a 3-wave structure, because, and this could be a WX, right? It's a WXY, right? It's a zigzag down, zigzag up, and you got a triangle. So this could be your A wave. This could be your B wave. It doesn't really matter, guys. I mean, this is like trying to figure out if it ended here or ended here. It doesn't matter. It's still a possible pattern. It's still a possible structure. I don't like it too much, but I know it's possible just because we are hitting the B target zones of an expanding flat, and that's calculating the highs that we did create on the 3rd of July at 110.5K to the lows, right? And we are literally, you know, getting that rejection at all-time high at the 1236138.2, which is common target for your B expanding flat. So is this possible? I mean, yes, it is, guys. Of course it is, right? Of course it is. Well, shall we short then, right? That's your main question. Well, you know, this dude right over here talking about the bullish case and the bearish case, right? You know how this would be detected? You know, I'm not in a short yet, guys. I'm happy with the longs taking a bit of more profits. All good. Scalp long providers today in the Discord by the absolute legend 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗍𝗍. We talked about this yesterday, saying that we're likely going to bounce at the 382.50% and take out the highs. That's it, guys, right? You come into the channel wanting to know the highest probability movement. We talked about it yesterday. So some people want to know, tell me what's going to happen very, very likely. We said it yesterday when we did that live stream at all-time high. We're looking for a bounce at the 382.50%, then take out the high. Surprise, surprise, here we are. So this scenario, if it is going to be bearish, guys, the moment where I get into a short position, it will be unlikely that I will take a short here on an SFP. We could SFP, I don't care. If this is the pattern that is going to develop, which in a nutshell is a 3-wave A wave, right? And a 3-wave B wave. However, we're still developing the X wave of your B wave, because what we're looking at here is a flat in the X wave. 3-wave move up, flat in your X wave, and then another 3-wave move up to form that WXY double zigzag in your B wave from a larger ABC flat, right, on the higher time frame. But, you know, how do I know that this is going to develop? How can I take advantage of this movement down? How can I be in this movement to take out the lows of A wave? I want to be in this wave. There is a way, guys. And if this were to be an ABC flat, inside of a C wave of a flat, you have 5 waves down. Well, what if the bullish case scenario is happening here? What if we do see this, right? And we're already in this, you know, the X wave finished here in the triangle, which was the general idea from the last few days. Well, what we would be looking at here is a zigzag up. That's it. Zigzag W, triangle X, zigzag up Y, and we hit 115, maybe 117K, which would be the expanding flat target for the B wave at the 1236138.2 from the highs here of the A wave to the lows of the A wave, right? And that is the zone where we would be looking at, right? 115 to 117. And we're already forming that zigzag up because the triangle finished in X here. Maybe, you know, we are uptrending. It is bullish. We look for higher. I don't want to short unless I have a sign of weakness. And that is the key thing, guys, for the short position. When you have so many bullish case scenarios, right? In this case, you're forming a zigzag up in the next coming days. You're forming, the multiple 1-2 setup. That's extremely bullish. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, right? And you just break out. So yeah, this is still very much possible. Why the heck would I want to get into a short here and try and short if I know the price could go to 115k, 117k, right? And the market structure is bullish. Why the hell would you want to get into a short and try and detect all-time highs? You got bullish CVD divergence. You got new fresh liquidity getting in. Lots of shorts wanting to get in, being the smart guys that are trying to get in at all-time high for a short. You're likely going to get wrecked. Likely. I don't want to be that guy. I'm going to wait. I'm in no short, guys. I'm going to get into a short later on safely. And I want to teach you how to do that. Okay, and we're looking for larger swings, okay? This is all good for scalping, okay? If you scalp too much, guys, you're going to get wrecked with fees and you're going to get a few stop losses. You can be emotional. Scalping is a very, very difficult skill to be profitable, right? You really, really need to get into the highest probability setups. I mean, today, the clearest scalp was this one that Devil provided in the Discord, guys. Okay, join the community right away if you want to take your trading to the next level and not miss anything, guys. It's the 5th link down below in the description. Join the Legends community on Discord. The thing about that, getting there we go. We got all-time high, guys. New all-time high. Whoever got into the long position, it's time to lock in profits, guys. And there was a lot of people saying that we got into the long, Bitcoin doing all-time highs. 100x long to 114k, 114k incoming, BTC doing all-time high, 125x to 115, Maud Mustang. There we go. Oh my goodness, we got an equation here. I don't know what this equation means, but Stephen Dupe, all-time high soon. Hey, Mark 𝗬cie is here. I'm not naked. Oops, wrong chat. Here we go. Mark 𝗬cie here in the community, in the comment section. The absolute master of moderators. Here he is, Mark 𝗬cie. My man, 𝗬cie, much love to you guys. I know most of you know who this guy is. He's an absolute legend. He's the legend of the legends, especially of the moderators in the crypto game, in the crypto YouTube space. Shout out to you, 𝗬cie. All-time high is hit. Let's go, guys. What can we say? This was the highest probability scenario. Going to all-time high, we are understanding that the trend is up and that we have finished a corrective structure and this wave has only just started, and this is very likely your 5th wave to the upside, getting the formation. This is likely your 4th wave, and that we're likely going to bounce at the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci talked about yesterday on the stream. Simon Jones, what would you take a look at for a scalp, Andy, when we were trading at this zone? Well, the largest wave and the bounce area is this one right over here to take out the highs. And here we go, legends. We are not stopping, absolutely nailing the scenarios. This is like Donald Trump. We're not going to stop winning. You'll be tired of winning and winning and winning, guys. I can't take it. I can't take it, sir. It is too much winning, right? As Donald Trump says. Absolutely, guys. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All-time high. Is it time to take a bit of more profits from the swing longs? I did scratch quite a lot of profits from this. But let's just leave some open. And whoever got into the scalp long, some of you legends did say, if you are a legit follower, I did get into this swing failure pattern, one of the easiest setups when you come from an uptrend, that first higher low with the inefficiency of the pump, swing failure pattern, boom. Let's go, legends. Absolutely epic. I'm so happy for a lot of the people that are saying that, I got into the long position down below in the comment section. This is absolutely crazy. We need a God candle. However, Andy, that you said wave 2 yesterday was not wave 2 because it's a triangle. We did talk about both of the scenarios, okay? We did talk about this. We talked about this area, okay, which we had the discussion that the low might have been this one or the low might have been this one. And it's either multiple 1, 2, then 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, or that the end was here. I was in doubt with this movement, but then analyzing the structure, we knew that the invalidation was here, okay? This is why I still remained in the long position. And on yesterday's stream, I'm not sure if you were in the one from yesterday, because as we got the new information, well, we label the strongest move as your wave 3, right? And then this looking for a wave 4. Don't come here and say that, I was wrong. Don't say that, okay? You're lying. Simon Jones, correct me, guys, if I'm wrong. Yeah, I know we were a little bit in doubt with this scenario. Could have the low been here or here, right? Based on the triangle. There was a little bit of a discussion here with this triangle, okay? Yeah, because I was looking at this being a triangle as well, but as we swept this low, too many pivots. You had the possibility of this very likely being the low instead of this one, okay? But here we go, guys. Who's in a short? Let me know. Who's shorting the market? My goodness, guys. Andy called it GOAT, World War 208. Legends. Selling spot holdings. I'm not selling spot holdings for the moment, guys, because regardless, we are likely going to go to much higher levels. I want to explain the short position, guys. We need to talk about the possible short, guys, because somebody asked about a short. We need to get a 5-wave structure to the downside, keeping it simple, all right? We need a breakdown in a 5-wave impulse, okay, for me to believe that we're going to get that next leg down. We're either looking for a 3-wave or a 5-wave. We need the first sign of weakness, guys. I'm not here to detect the highs. I'm not here to try and, be the smart guy that got in at the highs. Okay, so remaining patient, no shorts being taken. But, not much more to say here, legends. Let's get that like button destroyed. Remember, 500 likes, and we're giving that giveaway, guys. $500 today. Make sure to destroy the like button because we can do that giveaway, okay, of $500. You know what? I'll take a bit of profits from this long position. It's always good to take profit. We could be going to higher levels, but let's take another $500 right from this position, and I will give that $500 to the guy that is lucky today. If we get to 500 likes, first we need to get to 500 likes, legends. If there's no 500 likes, there's no giveaway. Screw you guys. Andy, the best of the best. Let me know who longed, guys, based on yesterday's emergency stream of all-time high. Let me know. I mean, I was in a long trade already, but we talked about the 382 to the 50% Fibonacci. This area to bounce, guys, to hit the highs again, it's actually pumping at over $2,000 from that level. And I know a lot of you said, I am long, down below. If Andy sell on spot, we are going to dump. No, man, I haven't got that much Bitcoin. Okay. I do have a few. Let's leave it like that. But yeah, I don't have 3,000. I can tell you that. But I do hold some spot Bitcoin. But I'm not going to sell. Okay. I sold 10% right now. And I want to explain why I am not selling yet and why I think we go to higher levels. Long, 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 says Jacob. I did take some profit on bluffing here because, if we do get to 500 likes, I'm doing a giveaway. And I'm going to do it directly from the bluffing account. Guys, remember, bluffing, awesome exchange. You only need an email and a password. There's 20% cash back on your deposit. All different perks that you can win, okay? Make sure to sign up with a link down below in the description to bluffing, guys. It is the second link down below. Sign up to bluffing right away. You only need an email and a password. 20% cash back. Absolutely awesome. It's a great alternative to Bybit for all of those people that can't trade on Bybit. Weeks is the fourth link down below. A great alternative. 20% on your deposit back. 25% fee reduction. Take advantage, guys. You only need an email and a password to sign up here on weeks, okay? It's the 4th link down below. Anybody that wants to trade on those exchanges. And Bitcoin is just flying, guys. What can we say? The highest probability was still to continue to the upside, right? As we did hit that all-time high, you're going to see a lot of people shorting the market in this range, and they're going to get stopped out, guys. This is what we said yesterday. As soon as we were trading in this zone, highest probability is to take out the highs again. Here we are. So let's get this information. We got the highs. We got new information today. The information was long at the 382 50% Fibonacci, or more in detail, get into this. You know, if you're in the Discord, you're going to get the updates, okay? Consistent updates daily on the setups that we are looking for. This was from 𝗬𝗍𝘆 the legend. Bang, there we go. Swing failure pattern. Boom, boom, boom. Magic. We can't stop winning, guys. I am waiting the day that I get stopped out. When am I going to get wrecked, guys? When am I going to get wrecked? When am I going to get wrecked? You can't. I can't get wrecked, guys. I manage risk. I look for the highest probability setups. It's impossible to get wrecked. I do not get wrecked. You will not see me get wrecked, guys. It's impossible. Why? Because I manage risk and I take a look at the highest probability trading setups. And you guys know that. Let me know in the comment section who got into the long position here. High we go, guys. We're only pumping right now, so there's no speculative trade. We need to form a range. We need to form a corrective structure. We need to dump down in an impulse. We need new information. This is a fresh wave. We don't know if it can be an expansion 5th wave. It's very, very possible. We don't know where this wave is going to finish. We did not swing failure pattern. We're just forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe this 5th wave is going to be an absolute rocket, and it's going to get to 114K. No new trades here. No trying to short the pump. No FOMOing long here right now. The long position had to be taken from this double bottom. This was provided yesterday, guys. Let's look for it. Let's look for that right now. Yesterday's, okay? Yesterday's video. Yesterday's live stream. Whoever was here. I know Simon Jones was in the trade. I know many of you were in that trade. Congratulations. What a Thursday. Nice little scalp long for all of those people that are following on YouTube. More in detail, without a doubt, you would be in that long position if you're in the Discord, because it was given in, the exact level. Okay? The exact level was given. Let me know down below. But yesterday, we were talking about how likely it was to get that bounce. Simon Jones was saying about what would be the next scalp long opportunity that I would be looking at on yesterday's video update. And where is it? ¡Ay, la puta madre! No! Wait. Oh my goodness. This cannot be true. It cannot be true, legends. Get down when we just hit all-time high yesterday, maintain the 382 to the 50% Fibonacci in between 110.6 and 110.3. Get that bounce, create a new all-time high. Up we go, guys. If you're shorting, you're scalping. Be careful with shorts. Get into the long. We are uptrending, legends. And the level to bounce is this one exactly. Where did we bounce? We bounced at the goddamn level, guys. Holy shit. It cannot be true. We cannot stop winning, guys. We cannot stop winning. I opened 150x long. What a legend. 𝗬𝗍𝘂𝗿𝗍, my man. Time to short. Good luck with that, my man. I do think that this could be a fit. Yeah, well, it's very, very difficult to time right now. The best scenario, as mentioned, this could have been the end of a kind of a triangle right there in a WXY, right? As mentioned yesterday, or the entire triangle. If the wave starts from here or from here, you got your third wave here, most commonly with the highest amount of volume. This has to stop right now. The volume is getting a little bit punchy. It's almost reaching this volume high. You want lower high on volume here. So could this be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? And now the correction is going to happen. Very possible, guys. We cannot go up forever. Come on. But I'm not going to be the one that wants to get into a short here. Do you know where I will short? If this is the end of the correction in that triangle, and you have your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we drop down in a 5-wave structure, I will get into the bounce, okay? I want to short the lower high once we get a strong impulse to the downside. A 5-wave structure to the downside first of all, and the bounce I will short. Why didn't I short here? Well, apart that we did have some massive bullish CVD divergence, there's no impulsive move down here, guys. Come on. Who the heck wants to short here? We were looking for longs yesterday, right? Get into a long, guys. Not get in. I cannot tell you what to do, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I can get into trouble. But yeah, this was the overall idea, guys. We get another bounce from 110.6K zone. In that area, we bounce back up to all-time high, get above 112K, get the price action moving up. This was the only setup that was mentioned yesterday. And eventually, we did take a few more hours in the range. But, the overall idea, we can't get the drawing exactly right, guys. But the projection is pretty clear, right? So you take that with a grain of salt. There's no short to be taken here. We're still interested in looking for scalp longs, unless you longed here from yesterday, right? Which is what I did with the community, with the Telegram. You want to jump into another long, well, this is your box area to jump into the long. Stop loss is this high right over here. That would be enough. Or the swing failure pattern. Claim the highs. Time to lock in profits, guys. Now is the moment where, we could correct down at some point very aggressively, right? So you don't want to be caught. But I don't want. I still don't want to short the pump. This pump could extend. It could extend. So if you want to get into a small position, it will likely correct at some point. I want to be a little bit more specific on the setup, and I'm just going to get into the first leg down once we get that, aggressive 5-wave move to the downside, because in a nutshell, if the momentum is going to continue, regardless if we break down in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we break down in an ABC, if we are looking at this scenario where we have either this triangle or this triangle, it doesn't really matter. Either this one or the other one, it doesn't matter. When we look at the impulse from the start of the movement, regardless if it's a double 1, 2 or this being the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when we have a 5-wave move to the upside, most commonly in the correction, you would sweep up the 4th wave. So what you would be looking at is something like this. I need this wave first. I don't know exactly the highs. I know where the 5th wave could finish, but I don't want to be catching the highs right now in price discovery, right? It could pump another $1,000. It's just not worth it. This is worth it, regardless if we're going to break down in an impulse and go to lower levels or create that 3-wave structure. I'm going to jump into the short here. And for that, I need a clear 5-wave move down, aggressive move down, and then a bounce with bearish CVDs, right? And then I'm looking for the C wave, right? At the end of the day, what we're looking at is a 3-wave ABC, right? So I want to get into the B wave. I want to get into the lower high, regardless if it's a B or a 2. And I want an impulsive move down. I want a 5-wave move down. I don't want this. No way. This is not bearish, guys. This is corrective. This is why we've been leaning on the highest probability is taking out the high. Especially with this big move up with high volume, which is, you know, even though without forming this structure, which is inevitably more bullish today to take out the highs, we already talked about the long trade yesterday on the stream. You cannot make it up, guys. We cannot make it up. Anyway, let's go right away. I'm just dropping 114k top in here for a screenshot, so I'm always able to say, told you so. 𝗬cie, I believe you. I'm going to get into a short position at 114k. Don't worry, it will be low leverage. It'll be $1,000 or so. I don't know. But I will bet you, I will get into that short. Why not? I'll tell you what. I'll put a limit short position right now at 114k. Let's go with 1% right there. Okay, there we go. Just because 𝗏𝗏 said it, and he's going to be the one that says, I told you so. So let's put that limit order short position right away at 114k. No stop loss. It's a limit short, 114k. I believe 𝗏𝗏. I believe in you. We'll leave it there. But I'm just a mod. There we go. I'll buy that short. Long target. Just because 𝗏𝗍 said it, the limit short is there, guys. I like that 114k top. I do think that that range, if it were to be topping out, we could be looking. I mean, yeah, we still are very, very bullish, guys. I'm just a little bit worried about this being the 3-wave corrective structure, and now 1, 2, 1, 2, and, you know, another 1, 2 right now, or we're still developing the 3rd wave. I do like the idea, guys, that this is a fake summer pump, and what we're looking at is an ABC structure still for the next coming weeks, and we will get that pullback of a few $1,000s, right? Give or take $5,000, $10,000, right, in the next coming weeks. I like that idea better, which is the ABC flat, right? And we're just forming that 3-wave structure to the upside that should be peaking out in between 114, right? Or 100, well, from now, really, because you just need to take out the highs for the flat. You don't need to take out the highs, actually, but yeah, peaking out, you know, maybe 114 to 117k and then rolling down, you know, is overall my favorite idea here, okay? Instead of the most bullish one. It's the summertime. I don't know if, you know, will July pump us another $10,000 to above 120k? I just have that feeling that I don't think so. Usually volume is relatively low in the summer. So yeah, I'm also leaning on, you know, we're likely going to top out at some point here in the next coming days and start rolling down, okay? I do believe so. But this would still be bullish, guys. I had someone in the comment section asking me, Andy, are you selling some more spot Bitcoin? Whoever's a legit follower from the channel knows that I sold 10% of my entire spot Bitcoin. I'm lying in cash right now on 10% of that Bitcoin. Sold in between $90,000 and $100,000. 10% of my entire Bitcoin portfolio. And you know, there's a main reason why I'm not selling more. And it's because the structure is bullish. Well, we are all-time high. What can we say, right? So the structure is bullish. The pump that we had from the correction from February, March of this year, and this pump that we had looks incredibly impulsive. And the movement down that we had, legends, is extremely corrective. In simple terms, it is a 3-wave structure. And if you do roll over from here in the next coming weeks, this is not an end of an impulse. meaning 3-wave down, you would have to speculate on that 3-wave move up, and it's either a running flat or take out the lows, and we still look for bullish momentum. Just because this first initial move down is a 3-wave structure and it's not bearish for continuation, it's not a leading move in a 5-wave structure, it's a 3-wave structure. So, there's two scenarios here. We absolutely moon, or we form a flat or a running flat and we moon later. Because of this correction, because of this information, higher is likely. And this is why I haven't sold more of my spot Bitcoin, because I understand that, higher is likely. Okay. So yeah, I wouldn't be worried, guys. If we do roll down from here, this would still be bullish. I would be looking for a ABC flat. If we move down, because we should be moving down in a 5-wave impulsive move kind of way, in an ABC flat inside of a C wave, you do move in a 5-waver. So it can get a lot of people tricked here, saying, oh, this is not looking good. But the key is going to be the bounce. The key is going to be the bounce. When I sold 25% of my entire crypto portfolio was on this bounce, and I was publicly vocal about it on YouTube. I said, guys, I sold 25% of everything except for Chainlink. It was after the movement down that was aggressive, and then the bounce. There was the distribution event. We broke market structure, okay, getting a lower low, and I was getting out on the relief rally. I was like, yeah, this looks like it's going to end up well. I got out here. I didn't get out on the highs. We got the breakdown confirmation of the distribution, high volume on the movements down, and on the relief rally, I was getting out very quick. Well, I didn't sell everything, but I was taking a lot of profits from all of the holdings that I bought in the last few years. This is going to be the key thing for me to sell 50% of my Bitcoin holdings. We need an altcoin season, first of all, guys. We haven't had an altcoin season. So it's not, a bull run, a crypto bull run is not a crypto bull run if we don't have an altcoin season. And a lot of the altcoins still need they need a long way, guys. Ethereum needs to get to all-time high. Then we talk about the top. Then we can talk about the top once Ethereum hits all-time high. So still more bullish momentum to happen. But the moment that I will sell more of my Bitcoin spot holdings is when we get not if we get this 5-wave move down, because I would speculate on an ABC flat. But if we move up here in a 3-wave structure, we have bearish CVD divergence. It's very corrective. We start getting resistance. The power on this movement is not forming an explosion. I want to see big continuation. This is the moment that I'm going to say, guys, I'm actually going to sell a significant amount of my Bitcoin here. I don't like this structure. It looks weak, but still, I would expect this to be, a 1, 2, 3, right? And obviously continue the bull market, right? Because, what we're looking at here would be an ABC flat. But it would be that moment of confusion, right? If this is the scenario that's going to play out. Still possible. We need that first sign of weakness, guys, which is a 5-wave move down, which is when I am going to get into my short. If you want to short here, right? And this is the high, and congratulations, right? You detected the high. But I want to get into a safe trade. I want to maintain my winning spree, right? I want to be a winner. I want to get into winning trades. I want that track record to continue, right? So break down, okay, and an impulse, and then I realize that I'm looking for another wave down, right? I want to be in this wave. I want to be in this wave over here, regardless if it's going to be a C wave and then it bounces, or if it's going to be a third wave and it's aggressive, 4 and 5, right? And we just absolutely nuke from here. Then I will be positioned close to the all-time high. I won't be in the highs, but I will be in the next lower high if we break down in an impulse, right? Which I will let the people know when I get into my next big short, right? If it is going to be a swing short, which could be an epic swing short, guys. We could be going to the low 100K levels if this is going to be an ABC flat in the next coming weeks. So I'm interested in shorts. I will get into a short. The Telegram community will know about my short, okay, in advance, all right, in the Discord. They will know in advance. If you want to join here, where I'm getting into my trading setups, okay, to continue the profitable track record, then you want to join the Telegram, guys. Make sure to send me a DM or join the community down below on the Telegram. Hop on in and join this journey, guys. Join the track record journey, which is just being green and green. Anyway, of course, if you don't want to join, we're still on YouTube. We still talk about possible setups here on YouTube and different scenarios. But overall, congratulations. 𝗬𝗫𝘂𝗿𝗫, my man, much love to you. Here he is, the legend himself. Let's get that like button pumping, guys. Above 400. Game, what are you on about? Game, the pump was due. The pump was due. Market doesn't care about waves. Well, yeah, I mean, hey, we knew exactly. This is just yesterday, okay? Right? Let's just put this guy into bed, because we know that the market was going to pump anyway. It doesn't care about the waves. Yesterday, just yesterday, when we were hitting all-time high and we were just correcting, look where the drawing is. Look where we talked about. Look at the box here, guys. Not guys, game. Look at the box where we're looking for the price to bounce and hit new highs and go to 112.6, 0.7, 0.8. Go higher. Look at this since we created this yesterday. This is Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci. The price bounced exactly at this zone. Exactly. Matter of fact, Devil did provide it today in the Discord. The exact setup. So don't come here and say the market doesn't care about waves when we are nailing the exact levels and the exact targets. Don't say that, because we have a good track record every single day to provide on Discord, on YouTube. It doesn't care about the waves. You got it here. Come on, man. Stop it. Don't tell me it doesn't care about the waves. We're absolutely nailing the movements. Legends, let's see how many likes we do have already. We're getting above 400. Let's go through the comment section. Sorry, guys, I'm being a bit arrogant at the moment. But I'm just happy. I'm happy of the community. Every indicator. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, every moving average did show that level was going to get a bounce, right? Guys, let's get that like button absolutely destroyed. And we're going to go through the comment section. Shall we take a look at some altcoins legends? Thank you very much for joining the stream. 113K coming, says your boy 𝗬𝗫𝘂𝗿𝗫. Much love to you, brother. I'm just going to take a hike right now. And let's get that like button smashed. Legends. Let's go. Okay. Hang on a second. I scalped from 110,800. Should I sell or hold it? Hold a little bit. I take profit and I hold a bit of the position just for some extra profits. But make sure to take profit, protect position. Scalp long from 110,800. Absolute legend. The thing is, we were having massive bullish CVD divergence as well, right? Bullish CVD divergence here was crazy. Is Simon Jones still here in the chat? Oh my goodness. Look at this, guys. It was insane. Lower lows on all of the exchanges. People are shorting here like crazy throughout all of the exchanges. You know, this pump was due. There's no doubt about it. Regardless of waves or moving averages or anything. People were shorting the market in the zone. Who the hell is going to short here, guys? Who the hell is shorting here? Who the hell is shorting here after such a major pump with high volume and a corrective sideways movement? If you tell me that you broke down here in a 5-waver and you got this kind of bounce, then yeah, I want to short. But who the hell is shorting this sideways momentum? Come on, guys. No. And, you know, we have it on the data, on the CVD. There is millions of dollars shorting here. It's crazy. This just creates more fuel, guys. Lower lows across all of the exchanges. All of the exchanges. Look at Bybit, 9 million shorts just, you know, before we got the pump. Who the heck is shorting here? 9 million shorts just about an hour ago before we got the pump. Who the hell is shorting here, guys, in a corrective movement? What the heck is going on? Who's trading this? Who the heck is trading, guys? We are taking their money anyway. If you got into that long position, you know, we're just getting that money from all of those people shorting. They are going to do it again. Yeah, this is the thing. Gamblers. It's all about probabilities, guys, okay? I'm also long and up 1,000%, so shorting is the hedge. Absolute legend, Bob known. James Wynn shorted. That's the guy that shorted. He was actually bullish, I think, in the last week. I always short all-time high, but not today. Yeah, the momentum is strong, guys. It is true that when the dump comes, it's going to come very aggressively, okay? It's true, right? It's true that when the dump comes, it's usually like a very strong bang, right? It's like a bang, right? And you drop down $4,000 or $5,000. The drops are more aggressive than the pumps. So we will get that drop. Hopefully, we're going to get a first leg down first that is not too aggressive, that we can detect a 5-wave impulse down. And then the next one would be the 3rd wave, right? Hopefully, we do form something like this and we can jump in here, right? But the market is never perfect, right? It's, you know, it's very complex a lot of the times. But I'll try and detect that short, guys. I will try and detect that short. I'm with my eyes open with the price action. And I will get into the short with the community, regardless on Discord or directly just saying, guys, I'm in a short or I'm in a long here in the Signals channel. Okay, if you're interested to join the Signals channel, it's your moment now, guys. You have the first link down below, which is the Telegram to join up, okay? And that's where I say, guys, I'm longing now, I'm shorting now. I will be a little bit more aggressive with scalps, okay? I am a bit boring with trades. I do get into 2-3 trades a week because I'm just looking for very high probability swing trades. Obviously, the one was here yesterday. You know, we were just waiting patiently for many days here. For this zone to develop, because what I understood is that we did move up in a 3-wave structure and this could have finished potentially. And I was interested in longs mainly. I closed my shorts at break even and I said, guys, I'm interested in shorts. When we had this triangle getting developed and a 3-wave move, that's the moment that I triggered the long position yesterday, which was, you know, this one right over here, which I compounded right from the long all the way up here to this zone, which was provided in the Signals channel. Okay, there was a long that was provided in detail in the Signals channel yesterday, guys. It was provided in detail, which is this. Looking for 110.5 all-time high entry zone, stop loss. You know, and that's what you get, guys. And that's my trades, and you can copy it if you wish. If you want to copy it, then you just need to join the Telegram down below, okay? And make sure to send a DM right away, and we'll look to hop you in. I wouldn't hold. Let's go through the comment section, guys. There's not much here. I didn't ban you. Make sure to subscribe to 𝗬𝗍𝘆. There he is, 𝗬𝗍𝘆. Make sure to subscribe to 𝗬𝗍𝘆. He's an absolute legend, as Mark Dutch is saying here. I shorted around 109K and running $600 loss. Should I hold? My goodness, I shorted around 109K. Yeah, why would you short 109K? Yeah, you shorted somewhere in this zone. Wow. You know, we do have a very bullish case, guys. I do not know which one's going to play out till we have more information. Okay. I would be speculating that, you know, we would be getting a kind of a finished, okay, move very, very soon here. And I do like the idea of rolling down, but I need that first initial rollover. I need the sign of weakness to actually say, guys, we have high probability in going lower right now. For the last few days and weeks, we've just been talking about up only, guys. Up only. Most of the scenarios just provide up only. And the most bullish one is this one, which is eventually just, you know, coming up here with insane impulsive moves. We just don't have the sign of weakness yet, which is an impulsive move down. All of the movements down have been corrective. You know, it might be corrective here, and we might continue up. It might correct here, and then up, and it might sideways correct here, and then up. We only correcting to the downside, and we just could be going up. So if you're shorting, you know, we do not know when the price could dump. The trend, the structure is bullish. Do you understand? I'm no longer in shorts. I'm interested in shorting, but I need information. I need the impulsive move down, which is not happening. We are just correcting to the downside. And the movements up are banging. They're like, boom, psh, impulsive, 5 wave, 5 wave, 5 wave, 5 wave. It's just like bang, bang, bang. It's up, guys. It will reverse at some point. Let's wait for the signs of reversal. Don't worry about catching the high. Leave that for the brave. Okay? Leave that for the gamblers. I'm going to short here now because it's going to roll over at some point. Maybe you're going to catch the high. Maybe you're not. Well, if it's a maybe, then you don't damn trade a short. It's just, I'm just giving a tip here to you, my man, okay? I know you're in a short from down here. I mean, I don't know. The trend is very bullish. The movements to the upside are impulsive. And we do not know when this is going to stop. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble. I don't know. Short, should I close it or not? The price is bullish and we could go to much higher levels. So you need to take that decision, my man. I cannot help you with that. So I just want to help you guys, okay? But sometimes I need to speak like that. I need to be aggressive with my community. I need to be aggressive with the people that are trading and that are saying to me, I'm in a short position. Let me know in the comment section why you got into a short position here at 109K. What was the reason? Where was the probabilities? Where is your stop loss? Well, eventually you don't have a stop loss because you're telling me, should I close? So you have no stop loss. That is a red flag already, my man. You should not be trading. If you have no invalidation, stop trading right away. Educate yourself on the different probabilities and scenarios, how to identify these trading setups with your stop losses. Golden pocket is your stop loss. Your entry is here. We're targeting from, you know, new highs. Where were you yesterday? We were talking about going higher, higher. All-time high to be hit again yesterday. You were in a short from lower. You should have closed yesterday. We're looking for higher. Educate yourself with good, solid, somebody that has a track record, okay? I have a track record. I have educational content. I have the masterclass. You can get that down below, okay? The community, the masterclass, the Telegram, guys. Start educating yourself and watching, you know, rubbish channels the analysis is extremely basic with a couple of moving averages and some random triangles and shit like that. Start educating yourself with proper technical analysis and proven track record, okay, of trades, and educate yourself. Okay, we have that education in the Legends trading community. We have the masterclass. Join the Telegram. Send me a DM and I'll send you the masterclass, okay? How to get in, or the signals channel. It's just for your own good, guys. It's for your own good. Look at the price. It's just absolutely mooning. It's not stopping. I don't know when this is going to stop. Yeah, I have no idea why you shorted here, my man. I have no idea, but there might be a reason why. I don't know. For the moment, I mean, when you do take a look at this movement down, when you have this, guys, when you have this movement down, the main reason I maintained that long position from yesterday, which is this one right over here, provided in the signals channel, the main reason I hold this position is the dump that we had, which was aggressive. We had a move down, a bounce, an aggressive move down that you would want to label your wave 3. And as soon as this bounce overlapped this pivot, it's all good. This no longer becomes an impulse to the downside. It's all good. It's a 3-wave structure. You overlap here with your wave 4 on your wave 1. That's it, guys. All good. We go higher. I maintain that long position. I let the community know, guys, I'm still in the long. You know, this looks good, actually. This dump actually got a pretty epic bounce. We're likely going to go higher. Still maintaining. If we lose the lows, I will close the position with a tiny loss. Take trading seriously, guys. It's a long-term game. It's a hard learning curve. But if you educate yourself in the right places, you will make it and you will have an epic track record. Okay? You're going to get stopped out. It's inevitable, right? But the overall long-term game, my goodness, this is only pumping, guys. What's going on? Here we go. My goodness. Hey. I'm actually thinking of canceling 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁's short trade here at 114K, guys. What do you think? 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽 said that we're going to top out. I just put this as entertainment, guys. This is not a strategy or anything, but 𝗖𝗍𝘆𝗽 said we're going to peak out at 114K. Anyway, let me know. I don't know why there was that short position, guys, yeah, the masterclass is not free, unfortunately, guys. There's nothing free in life, right? But it will be free in a few months if you do take it seriously. You have everything there. We talk about, volume. We go from basics, even a Tradingview tutorial, how to use Tradingview, candlesticks, market structure, a basic Elliott wave theory, then go to market profiles, point of controls, daily levels, right? Harmonics, advanced Elliott wave theory. You got everything there, guys, to actually look at the different probabilities. Breaking out, yeah, it's just not stopping, guys. What can we say? Let it go. Let it go up. Let it go up. I got into a short position there because there was a very strong resistance. If you see, I got into short there. Okay, I got into a short position because there was strong resistance. I'm not sure what resistance was it. I mean, I'm not sure what kind of resistance it was. Previous week close, maybe. Previous week close was at 109.1. Was it the value area high of this range? We had a daily level potentially. Yeah, this range value area high was still up here. Previous week close was there. We potentially had a daily level in that zone. Let me take a look at the old daily levels here. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of resistance there was. Yeah, there was a daily level at 109.1 as well. An old daily level from a few days ago. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of resistance. Daily level, which did get rejected the previous day on Tuesday. we already got a small rejection from that daily level, but we broke it. The previous week close was there. Yeah, I'm not sure, but you should have an invalidation, okay? Regardless if it's resistance, you should have a stop loss, a few $100, give or take, right, above the resistance level. You should have an invalidation, okay? You cannot hope or expect the price to reverse if you enter a short trade at 109K. You need an invalidation at some point for a stop loss. Protect it. This is where people get wrecked. You're in the short and you say it might reverse. And this works a lot of the time till it doesn't. And when it doesn't is when you absolutely nuke your trading capital, right? You nuke it, guys. You will never see me with a nuke here on my track record, because I have stop losses, I have tight invalidations. It's much better to get a little bump on the road, right? Then actually it's going to reverse at some point. It's going to reverse. Maybe your take profit was here and now you're at 3 times a loss than your profit, right? I don't know. But just by not having a stop loss is wrecked city, okay? Don't do that. Always have an invalidation. Always have risk management. My trading analysis can be crap, guys. My technical analysis sometimes can be crap, and I can be extremely wrong with my technical analysis. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes, right? But if I'm wrong with my technical analysis, I always need to have an invalidation and good risk management. Always, guys. Always. It's a rule that you cannot, okay, take for granted. You need to have an invalidation and good risk management. Always. Never risk more than 3%. Always have a stop loss. Always have an invalidation. If you're in a range highs and range lows, have a stop loss when you break out from the range. Because right now, we do not know when this is going to stop. It should stop at some point, but will it reverse as low as your entry, or will it correct and then move higher? It's for your safety only. It's for you to improve. You are here to improve, okay? And I'm here to teach you to improve. You want someone with a track record, someone that has profitable, consistent trades that does get stopped out sometimes, but the overall trend is bullish, and that has proper education to teach you what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And for that, you have the community, the Discord, the masterclass that you can get also if you send me a DM, if you join the Telegram, okay? Join the Telegram down below and we'll sort your trading career out, right? I want to sort your trading career out. That's enough, guys, of gurus out there. It's enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, guys. If not, on YouTube, you're going to learn lots of things. We talk about different scenarios, different setups. Yesterday, we talked about it's highly likely that we go higher, and that we should be bouncing in between 110.6 and 110.3. This is what we talked about. We explained why. We finished a correction. We have the highest volume on the pump hitting all-time high, which generally is labeled as a wave 3. Most commonly, your wave 3s are your most explosive and high volume. So we need to speculate on a wave 4 that should bounce from the 38250% zone. So higher is likely. You will get the education here on YouTube as well. Stop loss, invalidation. This cross right over here is your stop loss. Projection, look at this. 4 to 1 risk to reward. That's what we're looking for. The Discord as well. I mean, Devil provided today the setup, but to the T, guys. This was like, perfecto, Devil. Very nice. Very good. Anyway. Yeah, I think it's time to put a stop loss on Mark's trade. Yeah. I'm going to cancel that trade. Mark Dutch said 114K. We'll leave it just for entertainment purposes. It's only a very, very small amount, right? Let's see. Let's see if it does get triggered. We'll just leave it as the short from Mark Dutch, 114K. If it goes higher, it doesn't matter. We'll close it, okay? Cup and handle, gotta love lifer. Yeah. Sammy Cup and Andy. Yeah, crypto lifer. He's a good bloke. Very educative, Andy. I'm late to enter the market. Should I buy at this price or wait for a correction? Definitely always wait for a correction. We always get a correction at some point, regardless to the downside or to the upside. Yesterday, this was the correction. We actually bounced. Wow, this is actually very interesting. Previous month high and previous week high. Well, eventually, right? Previous week was already. That was interesting, guys. We bounced today at the previous month high and the previous week high. The wick high, look at this. Previous month high right there. And when we go to the lower time frames, that's what actually was holding as support. Previous week high, previous week close, previous week low, previous month low. These are always good, guys, to have on the chart. We were ranging just a few days ago in between previous week close and previous week open. Have those levels, guys, on the chart. You always learn something, right? Well, previous week levels and previous month levels, highs, close, open and low, they're always good to have on the chart. You could get squeezed in a range from previous week close and previous week open. You actually flip as support the previous month high and the previous week high throughout the last 24 hours. Look at this. That's nice to see. Elliott Wave suggested that higher was likely. The support was previous month and previous week highs. So you got a nice support right there after a big explosive move up. Don't fight the trend, guys. Don't fight the structure till you are getting a impulsive move to the downside. Unless you're having a swing failure pattern or a big resistance, you could speculate a short with a stop loss, give or take a few $100s to the upside. But right now we're at price discovery, guys. I would rather wait for the price to show me some signs of weakness. And if we correct down like this, well, we eventually would be looking for some kind of a long position again. The secret to success is getting started, but you need to start at the right place, okay? Because you know how many books I read, which I don't regret reading, over 20 technical analysis books, right? Harmonics, the Bible of technical analysis, Elliott Wave theory, Elliott Wave principle, trading in the zone, psychology. I don't regret reading the books because they're all great. It's all information. But you know how many courses I've done from all different gurus that I have to say, most of it has gone in the trash. I don't use most of the things that I learned from these gurus of trading. But it's good information because the good thing about doing online courses is like, okay, I do this course. You realize in the future, this is a bunch of trash. It doesn't work. Put it in the trash, right? You want to start somewhere where you're going to get good value, good technical analysis, good strategies, good setups, good risk management that will give you that profitability, right? Long term. Because I can tell you guys, I started in 2017 and I did dozens of courses online. I spent thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars on all these different courses. And most of them have gone in the trash. I don't use any of that. So you want to start at a good place, right? I'm not going to say mine's a good place, guys, because it sounds very selly. But I show you what I do. And I show you how I maintain a track record. And you have that information in the Legends community, okay? The masterclass, which, join the Telegram and, hook me up there. We can get you the masterclass, okay? About 90 minutes, 3 p.m. Eastern, okay? So anyway, guys, today you might think too much talk, nothing has been said. The only thing that we said is what people want to hear about. there's a high probability in taking out all-time high, which was already mentioned on yesterday's video. Higher probability that we continue up. If you're shorting the SFP of all-time high, take it as a scalp and take profits, protect position. So the overall, we were trading at this zone since we started the stream, and we were just saying that all-time high is is likely to happen, guys. The highest probability is that we do get up, and we don't have the Bart-Simpson pattern. Somebody was saying about the Bart-Simpson pattern. The highest probability was taking all-time high. If we break and continue, higher we go. If we SFP, well, we could consider that Bart-Simpson pattern, but it didn't. So the highest probability was moving up. That's what you want to see on a lot of the channels. So that was the content of today, guys. We were trading in this zone. The highest probability was to take all-time highs, even though we talked about it yesterday. So that was the content of today. And yesterday, higher we go, higher we continue. So much love and great analysis as always. You are real one, says 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁. Much love to you, my brother. Absolutely epic that we have so many people on the stream right now. You're absolute legends. Much love to everybody. I opened a low risk short for the heck of it, says Quality Crypto. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁 has the best mods in crypto space. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. Where's 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽? Is he around? Is he around here in the comment section? Let me see that. Let me see your channel, man. Let me see your channel, man. I'll subscribe right away. I have no idea about that. Hey, there's no crypto content here. Mark Dutch. I thought it was a crypto channel. So yeah, I see 5 waves on hourly. 500 likes, guys. We're going to have to do the giveaway. Here we go. If we get above 500 likes, we're doing a $500 giveaway, guys. It's happening. I forgot about that. 500 likes. Let's go, guys. We're going to do that giveaway right away. There's going to be a lucky winner. I'll make you a moderator, and I'll send you $500 Tether. We're giving the money away, guys. We're all good. Andy, it's 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 Trading. Oh, 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 Trading. I will take a look at that right away, my brother. I'll subscribe to you, my man. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽. Let's take a look at. Hey, here we go. I'm subscribed to you, my brother. Let's go. Always good to see other people that are doing TA and, mainly Bitcoin. That's cool, man. Absolutely awesome. Shout out to you, my brother. Oh, cool. Shout out to this guy. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽 Trading. I will check you out, my man. Long waiting, and finally, yeah, over 500 likes, guys. It is time to do a $500 giveaway. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. We're giving the money, guys. I'm gonna have to take some more profits, and to do this $500 giveaway. Let's go. Right? Who's ready for the giveaway? I'm gonna make you a mod. All right. Make sure to leave a comment down below right now on the side. And I don't think people are going to leave right now, right? Nobody wants to leave when there's a giveaway of $500, right? So you're going to stay here. I'm going to go and take a walk. Let's see who leaves the stream right now when there's a $500 giveaway. Okay, make sure to leave your comment because we're giving $500 right now. I will make you a mod. Make sure to get your wallet ready. It's going to be US dollar Tether, Ethereum, US dollar Tether, guys, okay? Make sure to get your wallet ready. I will make you a moderator anyway. Nobody's going to leave the stream right now. I tell you what, I'm thirsty. I need to get a drink of water. Nah, I'm only joking. Let's do that giveaway right away. Get your comments in, guys, okay? We're going to do the roulette here in the comment section. Get that like button absolutely destroyed. We know Devil's around. Me. All right, let's go. Devil, I'm not sure if you're allowed to win the $500. Let's do the roulette rolling here. Get your comments in, guys, because we are giving $500. Get your wallet ready. Brrr, let's go. Somebody say stop. Get your comments, guys. Get your comments in. I'm going to close my eyes and do it. All right. Get your comments. The last one's probably going to be the ones. Get them in. 3, 2, 1. Stop. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗁 Dios. Here he is. Jacob. Congratulations. You are the winner Let me find you here because I need to make you a moderator. All right, stop with the comments. Stop with the comments, guys. I need to find this Jacob. I need Devil's help right now. Where's Jacob? Holy moly, I need to find you now. Because I need to make you a moderator before some scammers, you know, impersonate yourself. Jacob, where are you? 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍. Jacob, 𝗬𝗍𝘍𝗽𝗍. Hello, here he is. I got you. I got you, my man. Add as moderator. My man, congratulations, Jacob. Make sure to drop your US dollar tether, 𝗖𝗍𝘂𝗿𝗍, Ethereum, okay? Ethereum, 𝗖𝗍𝘂𝗍. Thank you. Here he is. I got you, my man. Thank you. You're very welcome, brother. I'll be sending you $500 in the next coming minutes. Make sure to drop your US dollar tether wallet, okay? Because you are going to be receiving $500 in the next hour, okay? Here we go. Make sure to drop it in. Drop it in, brother. Let me know. There it is. Here he is. Yay. Let's go. Absolute legend. Congratulations, my man. I got it. I got it. Don't worry. I got it. I'm going to send it to 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍. There we go. Have your wallet, my man. I will be sending you US dollar tether 𝗖𝗍𝘂𝗍𝗽 wallet, okay? $500. Nice. Nice, guys. Nice. Very nice. Congratulations to you. I'm heartbroken, Andy, says Jimmy. I'm sorry, my man. We'll do more giveaways, okay, as that like button is rolling. My goodness, we got 100 people leaving the stream as soon as they knew that they were not winning that $500, guys. Oh, my goodness. Come on, guys. There'll be more giveaways. You're here for the content. You're here for the education. 𝗬𝗍𝘂𝗿𝗍, my man. Much love to you. Thank you, 𝗖𝗍𝘂𝗍𝗽 US dollar tether. Jacob, congratulations. You'll be receiving that in the next hour, okay? Andy, my hero. Why am I? I'm heartbroken, Jimmy. Don't worry, okay? We're here to, gain in education, giveaways as well, but also expand your trading knowledge, okay, here on the channel. Awesome. Thank you, Dimitri. Congratulations. I was upside him, says Fahad. Maybe next time, okay? Maybe next time. 𝗬𝗍𝘆𝗽𝗍 will go live now. 𝗬𝗍𝘆 will be going live as well. Okay, so make sure to go and subscribe to 𝗬𝗍𝘆 Trading. Here he is, the absolute legend himself. He might be doing a giveaway, so you want to go and follow his channel as well. Great education, guys. Go and check out 𝗬𝗍𝘆 Trading. I'm going to wrap it up. Andy's TA over the past couple of months is better than $500, so who really won? Wow, awesome comment. Look at this. Andy's TA over the past couple of months is better than $500. So who really won? World War 208. That has to be the best comment that I got today. Thank you very much, brother. That really means a lot. Much love to everybody. We are here to listen to you. I will consider you my head analyst. Put on mascara. Wow, Andy, my man. Yeah, guys, not much that we can say. We're going to back down. We're going back up. I know, guys. It's pretty insane. No shorts taken. Not selling Bitcoin. We could be in a multiple bullish momentum move, guys. Here we're probably in the banana zone, as so many people say, right? Raoul Pal. Maybe the extreme bullish case is here, right? We've finished a three-wave move up, and it's just 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe we're building up the third wave, guys. I don't know. We need a pull back down in a strong move to have a clear sign of weakness, guys. Right now, the momentum is so bullish that what can we say, guys? Up only, right? Till proven otherwise. We're in price discovery. Absolutely insane. All-time high it is. Make sure to subscribe to 𝗬𝗍𝘍𝗽𝗍. Congrats to Jacob. Thanks, Andy, for the educational content. Reza, you're welcome. There's not much to talk about right now, guys. Highest probability was moving up since yesterday's video to bounce at 110.6 to 110.3. now we're just moving up. You know, what can we say? There's not much to say with this epic pump price action yesterday. The probabilities was going higher. The probabilities was bouncing at this zone. And we're bouncing, guys. So we need a little bit of a range. We need a rejection. We need, which eventually will come throughout the weekend, I guess. Higher we go, legends. What can I say? Thanks, Andy. Nice session. Chams, much love. We're not pulling back after a major weekly breakout. Yeah, it is true. We are above the previous week highs, previous month highs. We back tested them as support, which is previous month high, this one right over here, and the previous week high right over here. So it's like, boom, what a back test. Devil did provide this in the Discord, okay? Shout out to Devil for that epic long. Holy smokes. Absolutely awesome, guys. What can we say? 114K. Here we go. Popcorn. I've got your short position right over here. 𝗬𝗫𝗂𝗿𝗁𝗽𝗁𝗫. Mark 𝗬𝗫𝗂𝗿. I trust you. I trust you for that top at 114K. I'm going to leave it, guys, just for entertainment purposes. Okay, it's a very small position. I'll de-risk that. I'll turn it into a 0.1% trade, and then once we get a sign of weakness, or close it at a slight loss. But just for the sake of it. Much love, Mark 𝗬𝗫𝗂𝗍. Much love to everybody, guys. Remember that you do have those insane bonuses, okay, with the links down below. You do have weeks, okay, and you do have bluffing. Bluffing is great. This is where I've been trading throughout the last few months. Weeks is great. You know, many exchanges are great. Bybit is great as well, but I know Bybit with the KYC, well, it's probably not too attractive. But bluffing, you got 20% cash back, different perks, the more volume you move. Weeks also with a 25% fee reduction. Take advantage, okay? 20% deposit bonus and 25% fee reduction. You have the second link for bluffing to get all of these perks, or weeks. They're just both great alternatives to these other exchanges that ask for information, okay? You only need an email and a password for these ones. No VPN. You can sign up right away and start trading and claim all those epic bonuses. 20% deposit cashback, 25 fee reduction on weeks. Weeks or bluffing, they're both great, guys. Make sure to sign up right away with the link down below in the description. And wait for the highest probability trading setups. Trade safe. And I will see you guys in the next live stream. Much love to everybody. Thank you, Mark 𝗬𝗫𝗂𝗍. Thank you, Devil. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, legends, for coming. Hope you did learn something today. Learned something yesterday. Elliott wave, support, where we should bounce, why we're going higher. The structure is bullish. Hope you do learn a lot, guys, from here. And you do become very successful traders in the very near future. Thank you very much, everyone. And I'll see you in the next one.